Welcome to my house, or as we like to call it, Electrophile Studio. This is where I, Ryan, along with the other two members of A Little Affair, Ben and Tom, have spent the last 2 months of our lives recording our debut album, Find Your Light.
Find Your Light has a lot to do with growing up in a postmodern world where no one is really right or wrong, everyone's supposed to be accepted. At the same time, everyone's trying to make everyone else believe a certain way, and the reason I like the title so much is because it's personal, and that's how it should be. Everyone has their own thing that should speak to them, and this album talks mostly about finding what speaks to you, and I think a lot of people will be able to relate to it well. It's basically finding what's important to you. We also talk about different things, like different songs that are on here actually had to do with dreams. Like one that sticks out the most is Bomb the Van. It's a pretty crazy title and content in that song. Find Your Light, yeah, if I had to sum it up, it's trying to find your own personalized truth, I guess. That's how I'd sum up this album.
Well, basically, we just started in early January. We just decided we were going to start recording an album. We weren't really sure what was going to be on it.
Didn't we plan on doing, what, like 6 songs at first?
Yeah, at first we were just going to go with an EP just to give people something to listen to. And
we had like a ton of songs, so
yeah, we had
it was
like
tough to
20
cut some.
or 30 songs to choose from.
Yeah.
So, but as we started recording, we were having trouble cutting songs, and we just kept adding songs on to the playlist. So eventually, it just grew to 12 songs, and it became a full-length album, which is what you guys will be listening to.
Yep.
Ben writes all the
Yeah.
songs. Ben writes all the lyrics.
Yeah.
And he writes the guitar part, his basic guitar parts to them. And usually he has some kind of he usually takes upon himself to create his own full band recording with his own makeshift drum set, whether it be a bathtub for a kick drum and a tabletop for a snare or
Yeah.
whatever. And then what other instruments he fills in and brings it to us, and we just make it. And Tom and I basically
Yeah, we just kind of add to the song.
yeah, we just make our own parts regardless of what he wrote.
Yeah.
And
Kind of making it better.
yeah. Well, we guess we just round it out and take
Yeah.
it from being just an acoustic songwriter song. And,
Yeah, like a full band project.
yeah, add the bass and add the drums.
Yeah.
And in the recording process, we also got an opportunity to add a lot of other interesting instruments like organ and flute and
bells.
saxophone, bells, things that we aren't able to incorporate into our live performances
Yeah.
because we haven't found the members to fulfill those positions yet.
They've been dealt some messy situations, but stay beautiful constantly.
Do it. What are you recording some right now? Record some of my tits. In studio documentation.
Like I said, we started off, this was going to be a 6-song EP or something, and it kept growing and growing, and it just so happens that I'm leaving to study abroad very soon, and we weren't going to have enough time to finish it. So for the past 2 months, we've been just working endlessly on this album. Ben has basically lived at my house, and we have recorded night and day whenever we weren't in school or working. We were up here in the studio, chipping away and trying to get this thing polished up before I leave.
Not hard to be afraid of. We need love, 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 oh, no, love.
I don't really know if this sounds like anyone that I've heard, this album. Our influences include bands like Saves a Day, Death Cab for Cutie, New
Yeah,
Amsterdam,
the Gap Kids, Weaker Thans.
Bright Eyes,
Yeah, definitely.
and but you can't. It doesn't really sound like any of those bands, really at all. I mean, you might be able to hear different influences and different little nuggets that sound like they may have been from their albums or something, but I definitely wouldn't say it was much like any of those bands.
Hey, I'm Ben from A Little Affair, and this is Bomb in the Van.
We weren't trying to do anything. We were just making music that came naturally to us and what we felt and how we just thought it should sound. And what came out, the result was a very easy album to listen to, but it's definitely not lacking on detail or depth.
Yeah.
But on the surface, it's very easy to listen to, and I think it has possibilities to be liked by a wide variety of people, a very broad audience.
There's a bomb in the van, was the sun in the van.
It's not just something you listen to once and that's it. You know, it's something that the more you listen to, the more you find little nuances we put in there to, keep it interesting. And just things that we thought would add a lot to the sound. It's supposed to be something that you'll enjoy listening to endless times, because every time you listen to it, you hear a little something extra in each track, and or you find something else to appreciate. You'll find some other, little piece of the song that you become infatuated with.
Oh, we got trained. Because at the end of it, like so like always putting stuff in on the stage. And we were up front, so people were like jumping over the top of it. Like,
Think we got everyone out. No way, where's my friend? She's lying down on the side of the road. How come we couldn't get to her? There's a bomb in the van, what a sudden event. There's a bomb in the van, what a sudden event. Rest anchor, where are you going? We're all gonna die too. What are we doing with our lives?
Find Your Light will be out April 22nd.